Good morning, class 8. Today we started with a lot of discussion on, yes, this year. And of course, I want to wish, instead of India, I have written Happy New Year and a Merry Christmas to all of you. 2022. We are almost on the last part. We are almost at the last, step of 2021. So one question, what is your best learning from 2021? What will you say? Yes, class 8.
Never trust the media.
What?
I think the best learning would be to never trust the media.
Do not trust the media.
At
I
all.
would say not trust at all, but yes.
Yes, ma'am. Devdrik should be in their place.
I can say this, that try to balance it out. We need to believe our judgments also. We need not, we may listen a lot of things, but have faith in your judgments. What else? Anything that you feel that 2021 has taught you?
I will learn staying at home.
You learn staying at home. I will bring you out. Wait now. You come, we will see. But once you come out, you will also enjoy. 9, 10, 11, 12, they all are having a great time. They all are enjoying. They love to, they are quite, mostly children are being regular to school. We were first thinking that it might be difficult. I hope 2022 brings the vaccine for kids and we get to meet you. And I can see already the class 9s are quite tall, and also many of you might be like that. When I will be the same, you people will be the grown-ups, and surprises for us. Some of them has grown 5 feet 10, 5, 8. So boys,
I'm currently 5'9",
5'4", or somewhere near 5. Okay, girls and boys.
7'5".
Ma'am, I
Ma'am,
think
I'm currently
most of us are above
5'9".
5'5". I think most of us are above 5'5" right now. At least 5'5" minimum.
4'8".
At least 7 feet.
But you all are younger than me, remember. So I have every right to scold you all. Whatever be your height, I will look up and scold only. So that is not going to change. I saw some of your pictures. Anyway, now we are, this new year, I am very sure this 2022, somehow I feel it will be more positive than the last 2 years. Let us hope and pray for the best. And whenever you are in class 9, I don't know if class 8 you will be coming to school anymore, but in class 9 we will see you. And I would love to meet you all there. Before that, you have your final exams. And there you are going to give, the test and the chapters. And while I'm checking your paper, I am seeing that conceptual part. Once you are applying, sometimes you are able to apply, but there are confusions here and there, or how to express. Those areas are becoming a little, it's not clear. Maybe the keywords are not there. So this is something that I would like to tell you all. Look through the answer keys. I would try to make some long answers, maybe prepare some model answers for you. Like in 7, we used to do practice writing in points and be clear with the reasonings as to what is happening and why it is happening. Like I will tell you the doldrums answer. Doldrums and horse latitudes are both belts of calm. Everybody has written that they are calm, belts of calm, because it has calm weather. Already I am saying that they are belt of calm, but the question was justify. Why are they belts of calm? Many of you, I have checked, I have hardly got 10 or 12 copies left. So mostly I have checked, and this is what my observation goes, and that is what I'm seeing, that if you are already right, what is given in the question, then it is not a justification. Then one more thing, while differentiating, difference between anything has to be in columns. I've told you all many times. And this is very, very important, that the point of difference, or on the point based on which you are differentiating, that has to be same. I'll give you one simple example, like let's say if I ask you what is the difference between the peninsular region of India and the northern mountains of India. Suppose I give you this question. Okay, so you have to write that let that be this, that the peninsular, let the first point of difference be age of formation. This is your point of difference. So based on this point, on both sides, the point that you are giving, it has to match. You have to write that the Himalayas are young fold mountains formed in the recent history of the past. The Deccan Plateau region is made up of old rocks. It's much older in terms of age of formation compared to the Himalayas. So your point of difference has to be the same. Quite a few of in the Narmada and that Godavari answer have written Narmada passes through a valley and Godavari meets the Bay of Bengal. This is not a difference. They are separate characteristics, which is okay, that it passes through a rift valley and this meets the Bay of Bengal. But when you are differentiating, there has to be a clear, point of difference that must come out. If you are telling mango is yellow in color and orange is, we get orange in winter, then these are two different characteristics, but this is not a differentiation. Same way for India, if I tell you what is the difference between summer monsoons and winter monsoons, I can ask you this. We will get into this when we get into India's climate. You have to be very clear of the point of difference. So this is one more suggestion I would like to give you. Last day, I taught you all about India I told you about the distance from the sea, and I told you about this one. I told you all about which one? I told you latitudes. One more thing that you need to know about India, that is very common. You all have done it in class 7, that altitude or height of a place is also very important. Think I give you a give reason question. Why do you think Shimla is cooler than Kolkata? Even during summer. Let's see. I want Hoimoduti to answer. Wait, I want Hoimoduti to try. Give it a try. Hoimoduti. Hello. See, if you don't interact, I don't understand your doubt areas and I can't help you out. Okay, how about Joydeep? Joydeep, try. Hello, Joydeep.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Why do you think Shimla is cooler than Kolkata, even during summer? What factor is working?
Altitude.
Altitude. So what happens with rise in altitude, Joydeep?
The temperature decreases.
Ma'am, the temperature
Decreases with increase in altitude in the troposphere. So normal lapse rate, mention troposphere, temperature decreases with increase in altitude. Now, why is this another factor that affects India's climate? Because India has low-lying plain regions like the Indo-Gangetic, which is much less altitude. Then it has the mighty Himalayas, other mountain ranges like the Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats. Then you will find Aravalis. Though Aravalis, Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats are not so much in altitude, but still, if you compare to that, you see, you will, if you ever, I don't know if you have ever heard that Bangalore has a very nice weather. Bangalore's weather is quite pleasant. It is because Bangalore is located at a comparatively higher altitude, while Chennai and all located close to the coast, but in the torrid zone, so it's very hot. So altitude, India, especially because of the Himalayas, it has many places which receive snowfall. Do you know Jammu and Kashmir and all get snowfall in winter?
Yes, ma'am.
Uttarakhand. How many of you know Uttarakhand? Visited. Have you seen that this one Kedarnath and all during winter? You will see all those areas are snow covered and filled with snow. Even in Darjeeling, very rarely happens in Darjeeling. Snowfall is not very common. Sikkim, it is very common. If you go to Sikkim, North Sikkim, have you ever anyone been to North Sikkim? Anyone been to North
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I went to Sikkim overall 6 times, so I saw full Sikkim.
My God, I remember going to this Changu Lake and all. So it was
Yes,
even in
ma'am.
March.
Like and 0 point.
Yes, ma'am.
0 point.
Like the
Even
0
March
point.
up there, it's so cold. The reason being very simple,
Like-
and you get these type of questions even in class 10. That why do you think Shimla is cooler than Delhi? Or why do you think Darjeeling is cooler than Kolkata? Something like this can be always asked. So the factor is altitude. Yes. So Sikkim is always like that. Another thing that this much I will tell you, I'll get into the details later on. The type of rainfall that India gets, we call it orographic rainfall. We call it orographic rainfall. Just hold on a minute. So this is one more thing that I would like to say. Orographic means depending on mountains and position of mountains. Rainfall can be of 3 types. It can be caused due to convection currents, like in the equatorial region, you have a 4 o'clock rainfall. It is happening due to warm air rising, cooling, condensing, forming clouds, cold air sinking, and the clouds that has formed, it comes down as rainfall. Another is due to position of mountains. This is called, orographic rainfall. Now, in case of mountains, just know this factor for now. When I get into the seasons part, I will explain it to you in a more detailed and better way, how various, the various mountain ranges of India affects its rainfall. So suppose this is a mountain range. The mountain ranges must be tangential, not parallel, but tangential to any wind that has moisture. What happens? Any winds that has moisture, if it is coming, okay, the mountains act as a barrier to such winds. They cannot make a hole in the mountains and pass through it. So what happens when they are blocked by the mountains? They start rising up because they cannot go straight anymore. The mountains are blocking them. Hence, they will start rising up. And once they rise up, they get cooled. So once they are cooled, they form clouds and they cause rainfall. Let me draw rain with blue color. Okay, so this is called orographic rainfall, or rainfall that is caused because of a mountain barrier. This much is clear to all? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the side from which the wind is coming, what happens is that side, the wind is getting blocked and it rises and it causes the maximum amount of rainfall on that side, from the side from which the wind is coming. This side is called the windward side of the mountain. Windward side. The windward side of any mountain gets the maximum amount of rainfall. Okay, and this is what we are seeing is orographic rainfall. Orographic means due to location of mountains, or when moisture-laden winds or winds carrying a lot of moisture are blocked by mountain ranges. Now, windward side gets a lot of rainfall. Now, when these winds, ultimately what happens is, at one point of time, the winds will reach the top of the mountain. And once they have reached the top of the mountain, then they will move on to the other side. Okay, but by the time they are moving on to the other side, these winds have already shed a lot of moisture on the windward side. So on this side of the mountains, the opposite side of the mountains gets much less amount of rainfall, and it is called the leeward side or the rain shadow area. So the opposite side, that is the opposite side of from where the wind is coming, it is called the leeward side or the rain shadow area of the mountains. For example, in India, most of the rainfall that is caused is influenced by the various mountain ranges of India, especially not Himalayas, Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats, Aravallis. Everything has a very important role to play in the rainfall of different places. I will explain to you why is the Thar desert located in the Rajasthan part when I get to the various parts. But India has the biggest advantage is this: the Himalayas form a barrier for India in the northern part. So Himalayas are located in the northern part of India, and India lies on the windward side of the Himalayas. So when the monsoon winds are entering India, and Himalaya has a huge height, they are tall mountain ranges. So when the winds are getting blocked by the Himalayas, the winds cause maximum or majority of the rainfall in India only. By the time it crosses India and gets to Tibet side, Tibet and China, there is hardly any moisture left. So while India has the monsoon climate, Tibet, China, the central part of Asia, it is a dry region. It has deserts like the Gobi Desert, Mongolia, Tibet. These are all dry areas. So India lies on the windward side of the Himalayas. Hence, we get a lot of rainfall. Okay, the Indian side. So remember, in India, most of the rainfall is orographic rainfall. It is controlled by the location of mountain ranges. Yes, sir. So it is controlled by the location of mountain ranges in India. And one more thing that I would like to say is the leeward side, which is the other side, it always gets less amount of rainfall. Okay, again, I will explain to you with Western Ghats and all one by one. When I get into the seasons, I will explain to you why and how the mountains play a role in India's rainfall. This is clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, yeah. Okay, so this is clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Good job. So I think we have
Yes.
done distance from the sea. We have done altitude and latitude, and we have done the mountains where the mountain ranges are there. If any mountain range is parallel, just remember one more thing. If it is parallel to the rain winds, then the winds will just go past it. The mountain has to be tangential. The mountain has to block the wind. Only then it will start rising. Okay, we will get into the seasons part and go ahead with one by one the seasons as we proceed. I think this much is fine for you for the last class. I will not push you all to do more studies right now. You all can relax and have a nice Merry Christmas and enjoy and have a very, very, very happy New Year. Okay, but do study a little bit studies, especially application type of questions. Practice, revise what we have done. Will you do that? Or all on a enjoying holiday
Yes.
mood?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, definitely. Let me stop the